I've been getting helpful notes from a stranger for the past 3 months. Last night, they gave me a note that told me to kill my girlfriend. It all started with a yellow sticky note on my fridge. Don't forget your keys, written in loopy handwriting that definitely wasn't mine. I lived alone and had no memory of writing it. Weird, but I threw it away and went to work. The second note appeared 3 days later on my kitchen counter. Pink, sticky note, same handwriting. Pack a lunch today. I was going through a rough patch. New city, new job that barely paid rent. Getting out of bed was hard enough without dealing with mysterious notes. But something made me pack a sandwich. That day, the work cafeteria was closed. Food poisoning outbreak. I would have gone hungry without that lunch. The notes kept coming. Random days, never more than 2 at a time. Always on sticky notes, always in obvious places. They started getting specific. Take Route 9 today. Bad accident on your usual route. Janet will offer you cookies. Decline them. Food poisoning. Compliment Sarah on her haircut. She'll remember you for the promotion. I tested them. Every single prediction came true. When I ignored the umbrella warning, I got soaked. When I took their advice about office politics, I started making friends. My boss noticed me. For the first time in months, I felt like my life was improving. I tried writing notes back, no response. I tried staying up to catch whoever was leaving them, nothing. I even installed hidden cameras, but the next morning found them destroyed with a note, never do that again. The note stopped for 2 weeks after that. I felt lost without them. I'd grown dependent on their guidance. They'd been like having a guardian angel watching over me. Then a green note appeared on my bathroom mirror. Call mom today. It's her birthday. I nearly cried with relief. I stopped investigating and just accepted them. My depression lifted. I cleaned my apartment, started going out, made real friends, even got a girlfriend somehow. Her name was Rebecca. Auburn hair, brown eyes, amazing laugh. Way out of my league, but she seemed genuinely into me. We'd been dating 3 weeks and she'd invited me over for dinner tonight. Her famous lasagna she kept bragging about. I was getting ready when I found the note on my kitchen counter. Hot pink sticky note, same handwriting. Kill your girlfriend. My hands started shaking. I read it again, hoping I'd misunderstood. The words stayed the same. Kill your girlfriend. The notes had never been wrong before. They'd always helped me. But this, I drove to Rebecca's anyway, trying to rationalize it. Maybe kill meant break up with. Maybe this was some kind of test. My brain kept making excuses. I pulled into her driveway and flipped down the sun visor to check my appearance. A green note fluttered out. Kill Rebecca. Use the knife from her kitchen. She drugged the lasagna. My blood turned to ice. I sat in the car, staring at the note. The writing was getting more frantic, more urgent. I shoved it in my pocket and walked to her door on unsteady legs. Rebecca answered immediately with a bright smile. Hey babe, perfect timing. The lasagna just came out. She looked beautiful as always, but something felt off. Her smile seemed too wide. Her eyes too bright. You okay? You look pale, she said, leading me inside. Just tired, I managed. Her house smelled amazing. Garlic and cheese and herbs. She seated me at her dining table and disappeared into the kitchen. I heard the clatter of plates and silverware. That's when I felt the paper in my pocket. Another note I hadn't noticed before. I pulled it out with trembling fingers. Look in her bedroom closet. Third shelf behind the shoes. Rebecca returned with 2 steaming plates. The lasagna looked perfect. Golden cheese, bubbling tomato sauce visible underneath. My stomach growled despite everything. Dig in, she said, sitting across from me. I've been perfecting this recipe for months. She took a big bite and moaned appreciatively. God, I'm good at this. I picked up my fork but couldn't bring myself to eat. The note's warning echoed in my head. Drugged lasagna. But Rebecca was eating hers just fine. Bathroom? I asked. Down the hall, second door. I stood up, but instead of going to the bathroom, I slipped into her bedroom. My heart was pounding so loud, I was sure she could hear it from the kitchen. I opened her closet door and pushed aside shoes on the 3rd shelf. My fingers found a wooden box hidden in the back. Inside were photos, dozens of them, all of me. Pictures of me leaving my apartment, getting coffee at work, sleeping in my bed. Some were taken with a telephoto lens from across the street. Others were taken from inside my apartment. At the bottom of the box was a notebook. I flipped it open and my blood froze. Page after page of my handwriting. The same loopy script from all the notes. But I had no memory of writing any of it. Plans for getting close to me. Details about my daily routine. And on the last page, day 47. Subject fully trusts the guidance system. Ready for final phase. Eliminate Rebecca identity and proceed with long-term integration. Footsteps in the hallway. Babe, you've been in there a while? Everything okay? I shoved everything back and stumbled out of the bedroom. Rebecca was standing in the hallway, but something was wrong with her face. Her features looked blurred like they were shifting. Find what you were looking for? She asked. Her voice sounded different, deeper. I backed away. I don't know what you mean. She smiled and her teeth looked too sharp. The notes stopped working, didn't they? Once you started questioning them. It's so much harder to maintain the illusion when the subject becomes suspicious. What are you? I'm you, Gary. Or I will be soon. I've been studying you for months, learning your patterns, your relationships, your memories. The Rebecca persona was just the final test. I ran for the front door, but it wouldn't open. The handle turned, but the door stayed sealed. The notes were real, Gary. I was helping you, improving your life. All I wanted in return was to borrow it for a while. I spun around. Rebecca was gone. In her place stood someone who looked exactly like me. Same face, same clothes, same everything. Thank you for the life upgrade, he said with my voice. I'll take good care of it. Everything went black. I woke up in a white room with no windows. There's a mirror on one wall and a slot in the door where food appears 3 times a day. Sometimes I see my own face looking back at me through the mirror, but I know it's not really me. On the wall is a note in that familiar loopy handwriting. Don't worry, I'm living your life better than you ever did. Rebecca was delicious, by the way.